Hello students of standard 7. We have started the lesson, that is lesson number 4, nutrition in living organisms. Today we are going to see a new point, that is nothing but the holozoic nutrition. What does this tells us here? Amoeba does not have organs like hands and mouth. Amoeba is not having the organs like hands and mouth. It is unicellular animal. It is nothing but a unicellular animal. That means it is having a single cell in its body. It can take in food through and part of a surface of its unicellular body. So what does it do? It takes the food with a, you can say, through any part of the surface of its unicellular body. It surrounds the food particles from all sides. What it is doing when it takes the food? It surrounds the food from all the sides to take it into the cell, because it wanted to take the food into the cell. After that, it digests the food with the enzymes. So what it does? It digests the food with the enzyme. Undigested food is left behind as amoeba moves further with the help of the pseudopodia. What does this tells us here? Undigested food is left behind as amoeba moves further with the help of the pseudopodia. That means whenever it moves, it leaves behind the undigested food. In unicellular animals like amoeba, euglena, Paramecium, all steps of nutrition occur within the unicellular body. That means there are various unicellular animals. From them are, you can say, amoeba, euglena, Paramecium. In these animals or in these organisms, all the steps of nutrition occur within the unicellular body. Insects have mouth parts for ingestion of a food. That means to eat the food, the insects are having the mouth parts. For examples here, insects like cockroach and grasshopper, which nibble, have a, you can say, jaw-like mouth parts. They are having a jaw-like mouth parts. Butterflies suck food within a tube-like proboscis. Butterflies are sucking the nectar and they suck the nectar with a tube like, you can say, proboscis. Mosquitoes and bedbugs use needle-like mouth part to press a tube like, you can say, to press a tube-like mouth part to suck the blood and other fluids. The mosquito sucks the blood, or you can say other fluid. So what it is having? It is having a needle-like mouth part. It is having a needle-like mouth part, and which this part is pressed into the body of the, you can say, human beings, and then it sucks the blood or the other fluid. See the next part from your textbook. See your page number 32. According to the type of the food, animals can be classified as. See, according to the type of the food whichever the animals are eating, according to them there is the classification. The classification is herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, scavengers and decomposers. So what are these? We are going to see here. See, herbivorous use plants directly as their food. What are the herbivorous animals? Herbivorous animals are the animals which use directly plant as their food. Example, see there, grazing animals, the animals whichever are grazing, or you can say carnivorous. Carnivorous means which are seed eaters. Then see frugivorous, which are fruit eaters. All this depends upon the plants directly. Next comes the carnivorous. Carnivorous are the animals that depend on other animals for their food, are carnivorous. What do you mean by carnivorous? Carnivorous are the animals which depend on other animals for their food. Carnivores are indirectly dependent on the plants. See here, carnivores are nothing but indirectly they are dependent on the plant for their food. That means they are depending on the animals whichever are grazing the, you can say, plants. So it is called as a indirectly they are depending on the animals whichever are eating the grass. Then see, examples of these animals are herbivorous, which are predators, animals that feed on insects, which are nothing but the insectivorous. Such types of animals can be eaten by the carnivorous animals. Next comes the omnivorous, animals that obtain their food from both plant and animals. See there, animals that obtain their food from both plants and animals. Such, you can say, living beings are called as a omnivorous. Examples see there, monkey, chimpanzee or human being. Then see, some of the organisms around us perform the function of cleaning or conserving the environment by every act of feeding themselves. They are called as a scavengers and decomposers. That means there are some living organisms which are cleaning our surrounding. They are nothing but the scavengers and decomposers. So what are scavengers? We are going to see here. Scavengers obtain their food from the dead bodies of the animals. Scavengers, what they are doing? They are obtaining their food from the dead animals or from the bodies of the dead animals. For example, you can say crow or hyena. These are nothing but they are obtaining food from the dead animals or the dead bodies of the animals. Next comes the decomposers. Decomposers are some microbes which obtain their food by decomposing dead bodies of organism or other material. So what are the decomposers? The name itself tells that they are eating the decomposing material. That means what they are doing? They are obtain their food by decomposing the dead bodies of the organisms or other material. Then next comes the sporozoic nutrition. See there are some insects, unicellular animals obtain their nutrients by absorbing the liquid organic material from the dead bodies of other animals or from the environment. That see, there are some insects which, or you can say there are some unicellular animals also. What they do? They obtain their food or they absorb the liquid material from the dead bodies of the animals from the environment. This is sporozoic nutrition. Examples is there, houseflies, ants and spiders. These are the examples of the sporozoic nutrition. Next comes the parasitic nutrition. You might have seen some, you can say, small animals on the bodies of the animals like dogs or you can say buffaloes, which are those small animals. Which are these small animals? From where do these little animals obtain their food? From where do the worms in the intestine obtain their food? There are some animals which are dependent on the other animals for their food. They can obtain their food only from the animals on whom they are dependent. This is called as a parasitic nutrition. That means they are only obtaining the food from those organisms on which organisms they are dependent. Such type of a nutrition is called as a parasitic nutrition. Some animals live on the body surface of the other animals and obtain their food by sucking their blood. There are some animals which are living onto the body of the animals and sucking their blood and obtaining their food. Such types of you can say nutrition is called as a ectoparasite nutrition, and such animals are called as a ectoparasites. For example, see there, loose, bedbug, tick. Animals like you can say tapeworm or roundworms live inside the body of the animal. There are some animals like tapeworm or you can say roundworm, they are living inside the body of the other animals and obtain their food. This type of a nutrition is called as a endoparasite nutrition and they are known as the endoparasites.